Why wait to see if you'll get something you like this Valentine's Day when you can go to BlueNile.com and find something you'll love? Whether you're looking to treat yourself to a little winter sparkle or show a galentine how much you appreciate them, Blue Nile offers a wide selection of high-quality designs, expert guidance, and free 30-day returns for the ultimate peace of mind. You can even design your own jewelry. Right now, save up to 50% at BlueNile.com. That's BlueNile.com.
Introducing Royal Caribbean's newest ship, Icon of the Seas, the ultimate family vacation. The ultimate 6 slides, 8 neighborhoods, 0 compromise vacation. The ultimate never done that, can't wait to do it vacation. The ultimate chillin' by a different pool every day of the week vacation. This is the Icon of vacations. Icon of the Seas, arriving in 2024. Book today. Come seek the Royal Caribbean. Ships Registry, Bahamas.
Hello again, hockey fans. Are you ready to brave the wild with me, your host, Paladino Joey? It is Sunday, October the 20th, 2013. This is episode number 66 of Brave the Wild. And with me, once again, Natedogg Thiesing. The shout-out is back. Welcome back to the show, my friend. Welcome back.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Yep. You're welcome. Very happy to have you back. It's been about a 2-show hiatus for the Natedogg, but we are ready to review some games here.
Yeah.
Yep. Started weak, got better, and then back to kind of weak again. Damn it. No. 1-3. So I got my first loss in the whole prediction thing, and now you get to start predicting too this show. Yeah. You excited? Yeah, so you get to be 10-0 hopefully with the wins. Yep. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, pretty hard to keep up with your predictions.
Yeah, with my I can't believe my record so far, 6-1. So it was going well until that stupid Florida game. Yeah.
At least you should get one point for having it a tie.
Oh man, Yeah, I'm glad at least we got 1 point. Yeah, like for, getting out of regulation with the tie, right? Yep.
It should be like 6-0-1.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, shootout loss. It's kind of funny when you think about it, isn't it, though?
Yeah.
Hopefully I'm not as bad at the shootout as the Wild are. Oh, my. Remember how everybody's like, oh, Backstrom sucks in the shootouts.
Yeah.
How did Harding look? It's like...
he looked like he was flopping around the net.
Yeah, he did. Like, he missed both of them, and that was it. It was like, okay, that was fun.
Yeah.
That'll kind of sort of be our feature presentation, but then again, maybe the Buffalo game or whatever. I guess we'll see where things go with that. Certainly not Toronto or Tampa. Sons of Guns. Yeah, it's kind of a rough, like, not the worst week ever, but certainly not the best. But, yeah, very happy to have you back. Really briefly, I'm going to read a post from Mark Carlson on the Facebook page. Figure we'll get that. Get some fan interaction here early on. Seems to be seems to be a good seems to be a good way to flow with this show at this time. Yeah. So Mark is from Iowa, by the way. He says, fun to watch a few Wild games last week. Of course, the big game in our house was the Jets game, as it creates a rivalry. I listened to your latest show on the way to the office this morning. I sure enjoyed it. I was going to ask you about the Iowa Wild team. Thank you for explaining that in this show, and I'm looking forward to this week's games and the next Brave the Wild episode. Absolutely, Mark. Yep, he's also a really loyal listener to Purple Mafia as well, so really appreciate him.
Oh, yeah.
One other brief he says, oh, heck, the Lightning just scored on a power play. They call tripping on the Wild. but sure did not look like tripping from here. Nuts. That was like an in-game thing. Sometimes those, yeah. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I picked the Wild to lose that one. Mark's, here's the final comment real quick. He said, when I said I'm 6-0 in my predictions, he said, what happened to our goalie? I woke up this morning thinking we could have won and tarnished your predictions record. Yeah, because I picked us to lose that game, but unfortunately it got tarnished at the wrong time.
That was the Toronto game?
This was Tampa. Yep.
Tampa.
Yeah, because I picked us to lose both of those and then win in Florida, but oh well.
Yeah, I thought we were gonna beat Tampa for sure because we were like pretty good on defense, and it was a low-scoring game until we kept on getting in penalties.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that game, it just got sloppier and sloppier as things progressed. That's kind of like the theme of this show. It's like they just kind of got sloppy, didn't they, this week?
Yeah.
Like it started out, that Buffalo game, since we might as well start with that. Obviously, that's how we get started. We do it in order, of course. Not Tuesday, Monday, excuse me. We were on the showcase, the TNT of hockey, you know. NBC Sports got all kinds of praise. The Pominville goal ended up being the winning goal, believe it or not. The Wild went 2-1, by the way, on Monday last week. It was beautiful. I mean, it was 7 tape-to-tape passes that eventually led to a Pominville goal.
Yep.
That was a Blades of Steel goal, wasn't it? We both know a thing about Blades of Steel, don't we?
Yeah.
Passing that puck around, just dun-dun, you know, when you score.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what it was. I call that a Blades of Steel goal, when it's just pass, like perfect, you know, because in the old NES days, passes and stuff were like always like right there.
Yeah.
Which much later, the Florida game was quite the opposite. But yeah, I mean, getting high praise. Like, did you hear the comments of the guys on there, Jeremy Roenick and such?
No, I didn't.
Brad Stevens, all that. They were just like, wow, well-oiled machine. They literally thought we had a well-oiled machine of an offense, and I'm like, well, we scored 2 goals against Buffalo. I mean, well-oiled. But it's like, I guess the theme of it is how good we look doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy. So the Wild have won 7 consecutive games against the Buffalo Sabres. Broziak scored early. Matt Cook with another assist. Like, Matt Cook and Jonas Brodin. Wow.
Wow.
They have really started strong this year, haven't they?
Yeah, Brodin's looking pretty good for being so young.
Unbelievable. He's really been amazing. Just the defensive plays he makes. He's always on the puck, you know, poking it loose and all that. But now also the offensive side. I mean, do you know who the 2 leading scorers of the Wild are right now?
Koivu?
Oh, he's tied, yeah. He's tied, believe it or not. As strange as that sounds. Yeah, with his 5 assists.
Mm-hmm. And Matt Cook.
Uh-huh.
And Jonas Brodin.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
Kind of cheated. I have it up.
Yeah, no. That's good. That's okay. That's the whole idea, right? Yeah.
Koivu, I guess Koivu without looking.
Yeah, that was like yep. Even though it's like you don't really notice it as much until lately. I guess he's been getting a few assists finally. But man, Jonas Brodin and Matt Cook are the 2 leading scorers for the Wild right now.
Wow.
That's nuts, isn't it?
That's pretty awesome.
It's awesome. Pominville had a pretty strong week as well. Not so strong against Florida. It was kind of like early on it was fairly strong, but I guess as the week progressed it kind of dropped off a bit. So he was the leading candidate for the Mike Badonov Award, but kind of I'll leave that alone.
Who's Matt Cook?
He got it last week, but like Pominville was the leading scorer for it, or leading candidate for it this week.
Oh yeah.
Let's just say he was. I was like, oh, he's gonna get it this week, and said, no, somebody else emerged that I'm gonna get to. Yeah.
I'm glad he got the game-winning goal against his old team.
Wasn't that cool?
Yeah.
And that was that insane highlight, too, where it was this, 7 tape-to-tape passes
Mm-hmm.
that led to it. And it was a great shot, too.
Yep.
It's nice to see, because what's real funny about that? I was actually complaining about Pominville. Like, to myself, as I was watching the game, I was like, gosh, this guy's only got 1 goal all year, 1 goal, no assist. Man, what's going on? Is he ever going to get scoring again? And it happened literally within 20 seconds. You like that?
That's nice.
It's like magic.
Yeah.
Like, there he is. And then he scored again the next night. The Buffalo game, well, I mean, it was nice to get some high praise from the big boys. Seemed a little bit too nice, but from like the Pierre, McGuire and such. Any final thoughts on that game, or?
I need you to start complaining about some of these other guys, get them going.
Yeah, really, like Heatley. I got to put him at the top of that list.
Yep.
Who's Danny Heatley? No, you remember him?
All I remember is his. I don't want to mention it because pretty bad. It's Crash.
Oh yeah, yep. That's one of the sad things along the way in Atlanta, right? Yep.
Yep.
Years ago, but yeah, that was one of the bad things of his off the ice. Excuse me. Off the court, had basketball in the mind for some reason, right? Wink, wink.
Yeah.
Yep. It's just one of those things. Heatley, though, had really hit the physical wall very, very quickly. The last year and a half.
Mm-hmm.
I miss it. I miss when he was good. But so as we head quickly to Tuesday the 15th of October, it's like, boy, a lot of these teams so far this year have really struggled on the back-to-backs. So far, I remember Winnipeg had just played the Wild, went to Dallas, got the crap beat out of them. This is what happened, like 4-1, right?
Yeah.
And then Dallas, Dallas had played the night before and came into Minnesota like a week ago and lost 5-1. Remember that? That was fun.
Yeah, that was awesome.
So it's like the theme of like bad second nights of back-to-backs continues with the Wild, because back-to-back here we lose 4-1 to Toronto in a game. A lot of people will say the Wild actually outplayed Toronto, but not so much.
I like the Toronto's passes and stuff when they're in our zone. They're really good at passing.
They're really skilled, aren't they?
Yep.
That's a really good team, and they're in first place. They're actually the top team in the Eastern Conference right now, too. Yeah, they're really killing it. I might have to change my prediction. Remember how it was at Boston and New York? I was gonna say Boston, Toronto, just because I thought that would be cool. Now it's like it probably would be the correct thing.
Yeah.
Toronto looks like they're going to be a contender this year if they can continue, but they have all the pieces. Young good goalie, a lot of talent all over the place.
I think they'll make the playoffs and stuff. I'm not sure if they can beat the Detroits of the world.
Yeah, that's the thing. They still have to prove it, because they lost in the first round last year, so that is a good point.
Yeah.
Sometimes it takes these young teams a few years to actually develop into something. I mean, I remember Detroit would have awesome records, and then they would lose early in the first round in their early, pre-Stanley Cup days.
Yeah.
The good old days. Yeah, but I mean, it was Darcy Comfort started in this game. Semi-surprised for some people. He got destroyed, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. I was like, what the heck? Why are you going to take out a hot goalie like not Backstrom,
Josh Harding, yeah.
Harding, sorry.
No, it's okay. It happens, right? Yeah, no, it's like he's been off to a good start. I guess part of it's the paranoia of his he needs to rest because of the MS situation, but
really?
Yeah, it's one of those things where they have to rest him just in case, so they don't want to kill him type of thing. Like, not literally kill him, but knock him out for like a month or something, because who knows type of deal.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, it's like, doggone it. I thought Darcy Comfort would perform a little better than this.
Yeah.
I mean, he was Civ City.
Well, he's still pretty young, and you know, he had to move side to side all the time, like
oh yeah,
Harding does. He's pretty good at getting to the corners and stuff.
Harding especially, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was pretty. That's one of his things. That's like one of his overall talents is his athleticism and such. Harding. But yeah, Comfort couldn't quite keep up with it, and they were getting him pretty easy. That's why he was pulled, and then in went Harding anyway, I guess.
Yep.
It's just one of those things, and then Harding kind of held his own the rest of the way, but the Wild couldn't score again, unfortunately. Pominville did get his third goal of the year, and I was like, oh, there it is, Pominville, back-to-back nights, goals. Mike Madonna Award, here we come.
Yep.
And that was another power play goal. But this was right when the power play went from good to, like, it just seemed to vanish at this point, unfortunately. Yeah.
Are we still fifth in the league for power play?
I believe so, yes.
Yep.
So, yep, hanging on to that. Yep, something we can come back to, too. Oh, shoot, I had something. It's one of those deals where it seemed like the Wild just kind of like lost their mojo in this game and haven't really recovered since.
Yep.
It's very strange. A lot of their passes kind of started like a lot of their passes went from tape to tape to like, what was that? You know, it just seemed to kind of fall apart. I mean, the Toronto game, it was still okay, but obviously the Civ goals that were given up were a huge struggle. But I had a point to make, and now it's run away from me for some strange reason. But we'll come back to that. Hopefully, I should recover it at some point here. The Wild. I mean, if there's no final thoughts on Toronto, you ready to move on to Tampa Bay game? Yes. Okay. So 3-1 loss Thursday the 17th in Tampa Bay. So it's like, wow, I'm now 6-0 in my predictions at this point. Had the Wild.
They're also they're top of the power play, like fifth in the league.
Oh, Tampa.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're better than I thought. I mean, I kind of knew they're talented. That's why I had the Wild losing. Because, Martin St. Louis, but supposedly it was basically like not a miracle, but kind of a surprise that St. Louis played. He'd been out, but he came back and was a factor. Of course, it's just that's how it always goes. And then Steven Stamkos is like the best goal scorer in the league right now. So
yeah, he's pretty darn good.
He's insanely good, isn't he?
He got that breakaway.
Yes, he did. Oh, man. Talk about a breakdown on defense, too. It was like a combination of great play by him and bad defense of the Wild. It just seemed like, it's like, what the heck happened? Oh, yeah, and the point I was going to get to, it's kind of like this is right around where Mike Yeo goes from a great coach to a what the hell is this? It was right around this time where he's shuffling the lines again, and he's doing it too much. It's like, it's good to shuffle them a little bit, but it's getting kind of weird.
Sometimes you like consistency, but when you guys aren't scoring like we did in Dallas and stuff, that like what the heck's going on? So I can see why he might want to change it up a little bit.
And that's a good point. Because I suppose I would do the same at times. I guess with me, like some of his changes get flat weird at times, I guess, and that'll be the Florida game where I'll probably get into that more. Where this game, it's like the shuffling and such wasn't too bad. It's just maybe this guy to third, this guy to fourth type of stuff. But yeah, sometimes it gets weird a little bit. Pominville kind of went back up to the first line again. He'd been down in the second line for a few games, and the Wild played really well there, and so did he. Heatley, I believe, was on the third line last night. But anyhow, the Tampa game, they have a pretty nice goalie as well in Bishop. He only allowed one goal, 26 saves, one goal against. That's it. Not a bad night for him.
No.
Not bad. Oh, and I better ask this real quick. I might as well ask this. Can you believe Stefan Veilleux is on the Wild again?
Yeah, he's looking his age, I guess.
Yeah, it's weird too. How long has he? I mean, he's survived forever, hasn't he?
Yeah.
And he's kind of like the worst player on the team, yet good enough to be on the team kind of guy, isn't he? Though.
Yeah, pretty much.
He's been in and out of the organization forever. It's just, I just had to get your thoughts on that real quick. It's crazy. Stefan Veilleux again. Like he goes all the way back to like the year after the Wild went on that big playoff run.
Mhm.
That's how long ago Stefan Veilleux was on the Wild.
Wow.
Isn't that weird?
It's a long time.
Mm-hmm. And I remember how we just let him go via free agency to Tampa and eventually New Jersey and all that good stuff. And then we make the Zidlicky trade, and here he comes again. It's like, what? With a totally different GM and coach, because obviously Veilleux was a Lemaire and Riseborough guy.
Yep.
But, yeah, here he is again. It's pretty funny.
Kind of miss Lemaire.
Yeah, it's kind of, that's where the consistency was. I mean, you knew the checking line, who was on it, the third line and all that stuff, like the Wes Walls, guys like that, Antti Laaksonen and somebody else. Richard Park. Yep, Richard Park. It was just, like, those guys played together for what seemed like a long time.
Yeah.
Pretty much as long as they were here, so. Yeah, Walls was always the third line center. Oh, man. Miss him. Miss him out there. But I suppose Brodziak's doing a good job.
Yeah, Brodziak, I like him. He's a good player.
Oh, yeah. And a face-off machine, too.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the other things at the Wild that was really strong. The power play, the face-offs, and the puck possession, which was the title of the last show. Wild were doing very well in that area and going into the Toronto game and a bit into the Tampa game as well. But last night against Florida, completely, like, I mean, I didn't see any of it.
Yeah, so, a sloppy play.
Oh, it was bad. Whew. Whereas really the Tampa game, there's not really much else to say, is there? We just basically just lost.
Yeah, and then we got all those dumb penalties.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
And then Matt Cook really killed us.
What did he do exactly?
I think he had he lifted up his stick and hit someone in the face.
Oh, yes, yep. My bad. I was like blanking there. Yeah, the high stick. Yep, that was costly, and they scored like right away after that too.
Yep.
I believe that was the third goal, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Salo.
Goal.
Or not Salo, but Stamkos, right?
Stamkos was the first goal, I think.
Oh, second. It was the one there. They went up 2-1 in the third period. That was when like everything fell apart. Yep. Yeah, that was the second one, and then the final one was like an empty netter. Salo, semi Salo.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things. The Stamkos, that was a breakdown, defensive breakdown. He just went right by everybody. It's like, oh crap. He made the Wild look bad. It seemed like a lot of the breakaway type, like undressing people type goals this year, and last year at times it was like when Suter would just like whatever it was, he just blew it on the play. He just got beat badly.
Oh yeah.
Mhm. That was kind of tough to swallow. Cause Stamkos went right through the heart of the Wild defense in that one. Brodin was on the ice as well, but it looked but Suter was closer to the play than Brodin, so I'm more upset at him.
Yeah, what a jerk.
That's funny. Yeah, it seemed like whenever there's a really bad, like embarrassing type of breakaway type of thing, it seemed like Suter's near it. So it's like, I'm a big Suter fan, but every now and then it's like, oh, what happened there? So that's one complaint I may have on Mr. Suter against Tampa Bay. So, yeah, that was one of those games again where the Wild looked good, but then just things broke down late in the game. Just 5 minutes to go, and when I saw Stamkos score that, it's like, you could just tell we're going to lose that game. That seemingly was like the turning point for this downtrend. It's like, okay. It's like, are we going to win in Florida on Saturday? I hope so. And
Well, we're gonna get to Florida, so I don't want to ruin what's coming up next. But
yeah,
just these men are killing us. It's horrible.
Who's that?
Penalties.
Oh yeah, that's been the theme too. Like a lot of the composure of the team, it's changed a little bit, unfortunately. So it's just one of those back and forth type things. So I guess here we go to Florida. Are you ready?
Yep.
Are you ready for the game of the week, the feature presentation?
Oh yeah.
And I'm not trying to be Debbie Downer or Joey, non-jolly Joey, whatever the word is. Paladino's pessimism. There we go. But yeah, I mean, it was a frustrating week. You just doggone it, 3 losses in a row. We got a point out of it. Okay, but it seemed like that was the theme of the first week right there. Florida game very similar to the first week, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
It was just we can't score, and we can't win in close. Huh?
Exactly.
Yeah. Can't win in the close games. Oh man. So here we are, Florida, it's not 2-1. The second goal just is like the shootout goal. It doesn't count as a real goal, but they score it that way, whatever, which I've explained too much probably already on this show and all that good stuff.
We need to get the girls Gophers hockey team out there.
Yeah, we might win the Stanley Cup then.
Yep.
They haven't lost a game in a couple of years, right?
Oh.
My goodness, man. The Gopher women have they had an undefeated season last year.
That's crazy.
That's weird. See, it's one thing, the New England Patriots in the NFL, they were 16-0 and all that stuff, and obviously it's really hard to win a football game. It's harder to win a football game than a hockey game, we'll say. But still, it's like 16 games, still, in the grand scheme of things, numbers-wise, 16 games is one thing, but 42 is another. That's nuts.
Yep.
and then to go, in college hockey, it's one and done. It's that single elimination type of deal. But yeah, they ran the table. I mean, yeah, football's the same way, of course. But to think how they ran the table and actually won it.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts.
Mm-hmm. So there's a little Gopher women's hockey praise out there for you. Good job, Neil. Good job. I appreciate that. Yeah. I'm sure they like that too. Oh, that was awesome. The Florida game, though, yeah. Remember how those beautiful passes, earlier in the week and late last week and all that stuff? Remember all that?
Yep.
It seemed like the whole Florida game, it was like every time somebody had the puck and tried to make a pass, whoever the receiving player was, like a Brodeen or a Dumba or Heatley or who knows, that's it. Every single time, we were just out of sync. Every single time somebody passed the puck, the other guy had to turn around, be it the guy skated too much or the pass was off. It was just one thing after another. They were just completely out of sync the whole night.
Did they stay up and go to those Miami nightclubs or something?
Maybe. I mean, it was really cool when Brodeen got his third goal of the year already. Jonas Brodeen, which officially made him the leading scorer on the team. Heatley has 2 points now. Woo. And Granlund has 4 assists, which is that's good. Who's been? We'll talk about Granlund maybe here in a second. But yeah, the game just fell apart a bit, or not fell apart, but in that third period, Wild just seemed like out of sync the whole time. I was like, I got a bad feeling about this, and it ended up going that way. When Barkov scored that game-tying goal, I'm like, we're gonna lose. Yeah, you could just feel it.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like, what the hell, We were, defensively, we were blocking pucks and stuff,
Yeah. Nope.
And, offensively, we weren't there at all.
No, offensively, it was just a huge frustration the whole way. Bad passes. Most of the scoring chances weren't all that great either. They just, we'd have the puck, and then it seemed like we'd lose it when we'd get in traffic. Like, even Zach Parise didn't look so good most of the night. It's just like it was a team thing the whole night.
Made the other team look really good, too.
Florida, yeah. I mean, Tim Thomas, you remember, did you see his goals against average going into the game? I think in the fours, wasn't it?
Yeah, like 4 goals a game.
Yeah, it's like, here we go. Tim Thomas is off to a crappy start after missing last year. He's in Florida, off to a bad start. I'll figure Wild will get 4 goals tonight. I mean, I think we can do that. It's a good opportunity. No. Tim Thomas is wearing the Boston Bruins jersey again when he was the Stanley Cup, the playoff MVP, the Conn Smythe Trophy winner.
Yep.
It's like, doggone it. Why did he have to resurge tonight? Why couldn't it be another night? It was just not the Wild's night in any way. Tim Thomas played way better, obviously, and like I've said already 16 times on the show, the Wild were just out of sync. Like, they were just off in every way. It was weird.
Mm-hmm.
It was just weird. They look like college or less,
Yeah.
In NHL, you like to see more of that, tape to tape, quick, all that good stuff. That's what I like about NHL versus college and high school.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's what it looked like. It just looked like a mediocre college team out there. Even though our defense was good. Yes, you're right about that. Brodin was excellent last night in every way.
Yeah, Brodin had a good game.
Mm-hmm. And Harding was excellent. But boy, that shootout, oh my God. It was like, it came and it went. Like, boom,
Yeah, it was like the last one, we didn't even score a goal.
Yep. And then it happened again, exactly the same. Where Koivu, I think, put on just Koivu and Parise, both of them, they just put on too many moves. Like, okay, just shoot it, please. When you put on too many moves, you paralyze yourself.
Yeah, Koivu had a backhander one, but he got too close to the goalie.
Exactly. He got too close, and then it's just like, no, that's done. That's null and void.
Mm-hmm.
And Parise there's just nothing of it. He just got stonewalled on that one. Both of the attempted saves, we'll call them, by Josh Harding. I swear, the first one especially, it looked like he stopped it. Like, I was like, seriously, that went in? Oh my God, But
tried to flop there and get the arm out.
Mm-hmm, but it went underneath, and I was like, you got to be kidding. And the second one was absolutely underneath. It went under his legs there.
Yeah.
That one was the second one was worse. Like, the first one was a pretty good move, I'll admit. But the second one was like, come on, that went in. So it was like, that's it. 2 shots, 2 goals. The Wild's 2 shots were no goals, and that was it. It was like 5 seconds in. It's like, I knew the whole time. You could just sense we're going to lose the game, but it's like, well, Backstrom's not the shootout goalie, so maybe there's a small chance.
Yeah, didn't Harding have any shootouts last year?
Last year was it's like a blur to me with Harding. It seemed like he wasn't really. I think he got in one maybe last year, and I think he was. I think we won the game from what I remember.
Yeah, that's thinking.
Yeah, I think he got in one and we won. But I do know in the past his history is way better than that of Mr. Backstrom, who's been pretty rough.
Mm-hmm.
It's just I remember there was one year where it's like he worked on it a lot, I guess, and then he was better. But then it got to a point where it's like, well, no matter how much he works on it, he's no good at it. Huh. The frustration, Neil. The frustration, right?
I like to go against Backstrom in a shootout.
Yeah, wouldn't that be nice? You might score.
Oh yeah.
You might score. So really quick, 2 things of positive and 2 things negative over the course of the week. 2 positive things of the Wild, 2 negative things. I'll start with the positives of the week. I suppose just in general, Josh Harding, very strong. That's one thing I would say. Another, the passing was good. No, I'm Oh, yeah, and the other thing about the Florida game, too, really quick. Well, actually, I'll save that for the negatives, yeah. There's really not much positive about that game. The other positive is Jonas Brodin looked fantastic the whole week, just the whole week.
Yeah, I was going to say Brodin, too.
Yeah. So, yep. So go ahead, list. Mention whatever the two things you liked about this week.
Let's see, I liked the defense was pretty good with Harding and net. We kept the teams to low scoring except for Toronto.
Yeah. Yep.
Kind of fell apart, but.
And that definitely wasn't Harding's fault either. Yeah.
We at least had chances to win these games if our scoring would have turned around.
We were in it, but yep, no offense.
Yep.
Yep, I hear you. So, two negative things. Well, in general, the Wild just seem to be out of sync a bit. One major negative, obviously, Darcy Comfort's performance in Toronto. It was just like Civ City. And the other thing, speaking of out of sync in the Florida game, one other point I could mention, we'll just make it one of the negatives. The Wild's face-offs had been phenomenal over the past week and a half, but in Florida, it was like we lost every single important face-off we had to get. We lost all of them. It was just like, you got to be kidding. So the face-offs went south.
Had just as much wins in the face-off as them, but like you said, when it counted.
Yeah. It was pretty close. Yep. The numbers were close, but the ones that counted, yeah, we lost. The very key ones, we'd always lose the ones that were in their zone and such. Just like any chance. Like, one goal wins the game, obviously, because it was like 1-1 and all that good stuff. Or maybe we went up 2-0, but we'd always lose those. Because Florida was getting tons of icings that was giving us plenty of opportunities in their zone, and we lost all of them.
Yep, pretty brutal.
So two negative things over the week.
I was gonna say all the penalties that we got, way too many.
Yeah, for real, huh?
Yep. Especially the Tampa Bay game, I was like freaking going nuts over there.
Oh, I bet. I mean, yeah, it's hard to win when you're short-handed like half the game,
Yeah.
Or especially at key times, all that. Just, yeah, totally. And that Matt Cook penalty in the face, yeah, that was like, what was that? Yuck. Yep, and I did see that one, absolutely. Anything else? Was one more?
Matt Cook, and he pretty much killed us on that game.
Oh, yeah.
Tampa Bay game. That was his first penalty of the whole year, so sure made it count.
Yeah, he sure did, didn't it? It's certainly his first dumb penalty, right?
Yeah.
Oh, so are you ready for the little brief award segment here? Yes. Then we take a break and do our previews and check in with the Iowa Wild a bit, wrap up with that.
Right.
So, yeah, Mike Modano Award? Who would you like to give it to?
I'd say Palmaville for finally stepping up and getting some goals.
Cool, yeah, that was nice. It was strong, wasn't it? Very cool to see. It helped us make the playoffs last year. I remember that.
Yep.
So Mike Modano, it's going to be his first Mike Modano Award, and probably first of many, I'm assuming, the way things may be headed for this guy's career. Jonas Brodin. Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah. I knew you were going there.
You could just tell, couldn't you?
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, it just, man, everything. Yeah, because, I mean, the way I just was, like, going on and on about him early on, wasn't it? So, basically, we'll just sum up what I said earlier. He was knocking the puck loose, always there defensively. And then all of a sudden he's leading the team in scoring as well with Matt Cook and Mikko Koivu, surprisingly a bit there. He's the most invisible leading scorer I've ever seen, by the way. But Koivu. But Brodin, yeah, I mean, offense, defense, everything. Mike Modano. So it's James Shepard Memorial time. Oh, goody, right? So who do you have pick as the least valuable player for this week?
Well, I was going to say Kanapka, but he was standing up for our guy. I think it was last game, and when he, I think was, I don't know if he's, I forget exactly what he was doing, but he's, I don't know if he's a goal scorer or what, but
yeah, no. I wish, right? No, go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna give it to him because of the toughness he is toward, like he's more like a, or that one guy who played for the Wild that he died.
Oh, you're thinking about Derek Bugard?
Yeah, Booger.
It's basically Kanopka's role, you could say. He's certainly not as big and big and intimidating as Bugard, but that's Kanopka's one of Kanopka's role. He's also a face-off. Like he's as good at the face-off as anybody, but he's a fourth-line center, so not really going to count on much other than I guess winning a couple of face-offs and getting in a fight with someone, I suppose. So,
yeah,
but overall, yeah.
It to Stephen Veilleux.
Stephen Veilleux.
Stephen Veilleux.
Yeah, you're bored with him, aren't you? Yeah, he doesn't do anything, does he?
No.
I guess my mean, cruel self, I'm going to give it to Darcy Comfort because that was just lame. I mean, it put the Wild behind early and often in that Toronto game. It's like, no matter how well the Wild played, it's like, forget about it. We're already down by like 3 goals here. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks, Darcy Comfort. Way to. Okay, and I'm, he's so inconsistent. He looked so strong at times last year, and the next thing you know is, like I called it already 100 times, Civ City. Civ City? You like that? No.
Yeah, he just let in goal after goal.
Oh, and they were so soft. God. Oh, my God. I was, like, crying watching it. So it's like, yeah, you have to take him out. It's over. So that's too bad. I feel for him, but I'm sure he'll step up at some point.
Isn't what that game, wasn't it on the sports, or it wasn't on Fox North?
That one was, yeah. Or Toronto? Yes. Toronto was. It was the Buffalo game was not on FSN. It was the Buffalo game, yep.
It was on that, what's that channel?
NBC Sports, yep.
NBC Sports, the only channel I don't have.
Yeah, look at you. Luckily, we were able to catch up on it between then and now, because it was like a good week ago, so that's good at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that'll be one complaint, right? No. Look at you not having it. No. Well, I suppose though, just watch ESPN. No, what am I talking about? Yeah, they have an app too, NBC Sports, but it's one of those where you have to sign into your Comcast or whatever account, whatever your cable account is. Yep, that's one of those. Yep, for your Android device. Ooh, look at me advertising for them. And yes, Brave the Wild is available on iTunes and Double Twist. So just so you guys know out there. So with that, we'll take a real quick break and we will get to the preview segment and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Do you shop on Amazon? Did you know that you can support this podcast just by doing your normal shopping on Amazon? It's really easy to do. Just go to thesportstuff.com and click on one of the many Amazon pictures. Do your normal shopping, and Amazon sees that we referred you, and they give us a percentage. We'd like to thank you in advance for supporting thesportstuff.com, and please use our Amazon link. Now enjoy the rest of the show.
We are going round like Saturn's
are back here on Brave the Wild, episode number 66, which is a reminder for all of you out there listening on an iPod, an Android device, or whatever, BlackBerry phone or Windows phone. Double twist for Android, iTunes for Apple, BlackBerry, and Windows. All you have to do is search in the store for Brave the Wild, and there you go. Also, one quick thing, you can call into Brave the Wild on the phone lines, 209-736-7877, 209-736-7877. Don't be afraid to follow the Twitter at Brave the Wild, all one word. And on a Facebook page, just simply type in the search bar Brave the Wild, Minnesota Wild Show, and find us and click like. Wouldn't that be nice?
That'd be awesome.
It would be. It would be. So on to the previews, aren't you? Excited to preview the Wild again coming up this week.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Joe, we're going to win. We're going to go undefeated, right?
Yep.
I hope.
All the way, baby.
Huh?
All the way, baby.
All the way. All the way. Oh, man. I hope so.
And we'll win the Super Bowl.
Ah, listen to this guy. We'll win the Super Bowl. You like being sarcastic, don't you?
Yeah.
It's like, why not, right?
Yeah.
I hope we win the Stanley Cup Bowl at some point, but that's what I hope.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh. Yeah.
So what do we do? Where do we go now? The Minnesota Wild are ready to rock and roll this week. Yeah, hopefully we can get a more successful week than we've had the past few. So we start Tuesday. Wait for these frustrating machines to get doing what they're supposed to. Don't you just love that? Huh? Yes, yep. You were saying Nashville. Yes, sorry. NBC Sports Network again. Aren't you excited about that?
Ah, crap.
Yeah, aren't you excited? So it's down to the Android app again, or if you're lucky to get into the TV at some point somewhere. Yes, sir. I am very excited about that. So yeah, the Wild do play Nashville. This one is. Thing is acting up on me, man, alive. Okay. The Wild play Nashville in the Exxon Energy Center. We have recently lost to Nashville just, it'll be about the 2-week anniversary of it, I believe.
Yep.
2 Tuesdays ago. What happens to the Wild here? I think Minnesota at least semi comes out of their funks and wins this one. You have a good feeling about it?
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you're not quite as optimistic as the Paladino?
No, just because we lost against them the first time.
Mm-hmm. It was close, but still, yeah, it didn't look all too odd. That's for sure. So I'm going to go with I'll say I can't even say 3. I'll say 2-1. I can't even say this team's going to score 3 goals. I'll say 2-1 victory. What do you have a number, or do you figure just a loss?
I think we're gonna be 2-1 the other way.
Yeah, I don't blame you. So we'll try to keep that on record if we can for who wins and who loses. It's good if we go the other way at times. Then we can separate our win-loss records. Yes.
Yep.
And then the Wild host. Okay, now Tuesday, October 22nd. That's Nashville. Thursday, October 24th, back on FSN. So I'm sure you're happy about that.
Oh yeah, I got it.
Yeah, it's nice, huh? Yeah, and then I like how it replays it at midnight because I need that sometimes because of the second shift. So that's very helpful for me.
Mm-hmm.
Very helpful. NBC Sports doesn't exactly offer that unless I have DVR and all that good stuff. So Carolina Panthers come to Minnesota. That's the other good thing we can say is with this new schedule, new format, all that good stuff, we play everybody now.
Did you just say Carolina Panthers or Carolina?
Oh my God. I apologize. Carolina Hurricanes. That's a stupid football game, right? Sorry, everybody. I do know who the Carolina Hurricanes are. Excuse me. It just came out wrong. Carolina Hurricanes come to Minnesota, St. Paul, all that good stuff. So the Carolina Hurricanes. This will be our first look at them. They haven't really been in the map for a while. Missed the playoffs the last several years. Won the Cup in 2006.
gonna sack them and use their face mask and pull down on their face mask.
That's going to be yeah, just like the Vikings did against Cam Newton.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and then that screwed any hope the Vikings had. Like they finally sacked Cam Newton, and then they call it, and then he stopped. Yeah, it was a face mask or blow to the head, all that good stuff. Wasn't that frustrating?
Yep.
That was the story of the Vikings. Hopefully the Wild don't have the same problem going into this one.
Mm-hmm.
Anton Khudobin, what? Do you recognize that name? He was in the Wild system just recently.
Who?
Anton Khudobin. He's a goalie. Do you recognize that name? Kind of a no name, but.
Yeah, I recognize the name.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I guess he's the backup goalie for the Carolina Panthers. God darn it, Carolina Hurricanes. Excuse me. I am so stuck on that stupid Carolina Panthers. Yeah, I was obsessed with that stupid game a week ago. Yeah, check out Purple Mafia if you want to. Vikings show. Behind Cam Ward. So there's another way to confuse you. A guy named Cam again.
Oh yeah, Cam Ward. Yep.
Cam Ward. Good goalie. Cam Ward, Cam Newton. They're gonna drive me nuts with all this stuff. Yeah, Jeff Skinner's their leading scorer right now with 9 points. Eric Stahl is on that team. The Stahl brothers, Eric and Jordan Stahl, kind of a talented team despite the fact they've been missing the playoffs for a while now. Mm-hmm. Man. Do you smell victory in this one? They're off to an okay start, 4-3-2. Good for second place in the Metropolitan Division, the newly named Metropolitan.
Yeah.
Do you like the Wild's chances in this one? At home in the X again.
Yeah, actually, I think they're gonna win this one.
I really hope so. They have a lot of talent. They've lost a lot of games. I don't know. I might go the other way again. I don't know. This is kind of crazy. I guess I have the Wild losing to Carolina, unfortunately.
Joe, you're crazy.
Yeah, I know it's weird, but it's just there's. Yeah, I'll just go with my gut feeling. I hope I'm wrong though. This is one of those I hope I'm wrong type of games. You know, obviously picking a loss, you want to be wrong, but
we're pretty good at home.
Yeah, for the most part. That might be the one thing. I hated that California crap though. Every time the Wild plays a California team at home or on the roads, we tend to lose those. But Carolina, man, they've actually had a decent history against us for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one thing that has me a little worried. And obviously they're scoring again, and the goalies' numbers are pretty good. Cam Ward's got a decent goals against average, about 2. And Anton Khudobin's doing even better, but I don't know maybe we'll have him in there. That'd be funny.
That'd be weird.
Want some revenge? I guess the Wild lose 3-2 in this one.
Well.
Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah, do you have a number?
I think it's gonna be a close game, but might win it in overtime.
I hope so, like 3-2 or 4-2. No, not 4-2, 4-3. Excuse me. Yeah, so you're thinking of a OTW, huh? Overtime win. All right. And then we head to Chicago. Oh, good luck. Saturday night in Chicago, October the 22nd, WGN and FSN. I'm sure they'll black out the WGN game for us because it's already on FSN. That's usually how they do that.
And then you have to listen to the other team, you know, most of the time.
Which, yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, if it's on WGN, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they're 5-1-2. They've lost a game and 2 overtime games, but they're playing well again. They beat Toronto at home 3-1. Yep. So they're pretty dangerous. Lost to St. Louis in a shootout recently. They play Minnesota at home. I think I'll definitely loss in this one, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much, they're stacked over there. Toe and Kane.
Oh, yeah.
Their Stanley Cup team.
Mm-hmm. Hossa, Kane, yep, all of them. Duncan Keith, Patrick Sharp. Yeah, it just goes on and on. Brent Seabrook. They're not scoring as much as I would have thought, but I guess their numbers are fairly balanced. There's just nobody with like 9 points or whatever, like Jeff Skinner for Carolina. Brandon Sad is leading them in scoring. That's kind of funny. Sad, Sade. Nice names. Nice name. They're a nice name. Crawford's off to a nice start. Nikolai Habibulin, and then the Habibulin Wall. I mean, they have 2 good goalies there. An old veteran and a young, improving goalie in Corey Crawford, who's got a ring now. Yes. Yeah, I think they lose. I think the Wild lose 4-2.
Can't believe you gave us 2 goals, Joe.
Yeah, you think we're going to get crushed, huh? Hmm?
Yeah, pretty much.
5-0. No.
I think like 3-1.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds, either way, yeah. It's like either way both of us are predicting a 1-2 week. That's a bummer, isn't it? But
yeah, it is. It's horrible.
It looks like that's where we're headed again, 1-2. I hope not. Wouldn't that be great if it's not true?
That'd be awesome.
Mm-hmm. I really hope not. Hope it's a better record. But very, very, very briefly checking on the Iowa Wild, mostly just kind of for numbers and such. Like, how are they doing? How's the Iowa Wild doing? Real quick, Yeah, I guess I already brought this up. I actually don't. That's an interesting jersey, huh? That's actually the first time I've seen their green jerseys. It's the green jersey looks a lot like the Wild's red jersey turned green, if that makes sense.
Huh.
Isn't that that's kind of interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Where it's got the stripe at the top, the stripe going over the shoulders, and then the circular logo in the middle on the red jerseys with the little Wild crest, like a smaller version of it, and then it says Iowa Wild instead of Minnesota Wild in the circle. So that's kind of interesting, I guess. Thought I'd bring that up real quick.
Yeah.
You like it? You're like, no, I hate it. Go away, right?
Yeah. Throw it in the garbage and burn it like they did to what's his name? Basketball player.
LeBron James?
LeBron James.
Look at you. No, LeBron is. Look at you. No, I'm kidding. I had to give you crap about that. But Wild destroyed the Iowa Wild, that is. Destroyed Charlotte 7-1 the other night. All kinds of players scoring. Zach Phillips, guys like that. That's nice to see. Wild winning a couple of games there. Unfortunately, though, it's just one of those things. I mean, the Wild. I keep calling them just the Wild. I need to call them the Iowa Wild. Well, Zach Phillips. That's the encouraging part. Zach Phillips is leading the team in scoring so far. 4 games into the year, 4 points for Zach Phillips. 2 goals, 2 assists. Eric Holla also with 4 points. So, a couple of, huh?
Ooh.
Who? Yeah, Eric Hula. Yeah, former Gopher, of course. So it's nice to see some of the young, important prospects in the team doing well down there. So that's encouraging, especially Phillips. So it seemed like he would be a guy who'd play like 60 games and get like 20 points. That seemed to be the trend the last couple of years. But so far, Phillips off to a good start. So I'm encouraged by that. Jason Zucker has 2 assists in 2 games, so he's been a part of things a bit.
Mm-hmm.
But so it's just kind of like it's just a brief little check-in with the Iowa Wild. See how some of the young prospects are doing. Tyler Kuma has 1 assist in 4 games. He's still kind of invisible, unfortunately. And that's about all there really is to say about the major prospects. Brett Ballmer, 2 goals in 4 games as well. He's been up with the Wild in the past, but he was kind of like the earliest bloomer of the young prospects, and then he just stayed in Houston and now Iowa the whole time the last 2 years. So, that kind of his development kind of stunted a bit, unfortunately.
Mhm.
You remember Brett Ballmer? He was getting in all those fights and stuff.
No, I don't.
No, not so much. It was about 2 years ago. Yeah, kind of started strong, but didn't really stick. So we'll see.
Well,
yeah, like overall, I'm just happy that Zach Phillips is doing good. He was the final piece of that Brent Burns trade, which looks pretty good.
Mhm.
Can't wait to see Charlie Coyle back. That's going to be really exciting.
Charlie Coyle, yeah, I can't wait to get that guy back. You know, he's really a dynamic duo to our first line.
Mm-hmm. His value is incredible, isn't it? First and second line, yeah. Like as Yo likes to shuffle things. He's either a right wing or a center, pretty much.
Yep.
Yeah, Zucker, I wonder if he'll ever get to stick with the long-term, left wing with the Wild second line or whatever. They're not going to put him on the fourth line. That's plain as day. So, yeah, they don't want to put him on the, with all due respect, the junkie line. They want to put him on a scoring line.
Yep.
So that's just the way it goes. That's just, yeah. One final question. I'll just bring this up at the end. What have you thought of Granlund so far?
Granlund had a pretty good game yesterday. He had, it was yesterday. He had a really good game. He had a lot of scoring chances.
Mm-hmm.
He had a pretty good shot, I think. It hit the corner of the...
Yeah, he did. He hit the post.
The post.
Oh, he almost had it. Yeah, I mean, that's exactly. Yeah, those are the points I was going to bring up as well. You're, good stuff. That's what I'm thinking too. He's looking a lot better than last year, isn't he?
Yeah, a lot more flash.
Yeah, a lot more flash, a lot more confidence. That's a huge thing. Like last year, it seemed like every time he had the puck, he would just get kind of knocked down and the puck would be taken away, and that would be about it.
Mm-hmm.
This year he's a lot tougher, a lot more, dare I use the word, I hate this word with a passion, but a lot more swagger out there. I hate that word because it's so overrated. But yeah, no, he has swagger though, and that's good.
Yeah.
And it's not a cockiness, obviously. It's a confidence, and he's much better in traffic. So, I wanted to get your thoughts on Granlund before we close. Because, I was kind of leaning into it earlier, and then it's like, I better save it for a minute first because we were finishing up the game review. But, yeah, I've been very encouraged by Granlund thus far.
Yeah, it's looking pretty good.
Mm-hmm, for sure. So with that, any final thoughts you may have, or ready to wrap it up?
I was
Mm-hmm.
wondering if you saw the hurdle shot or goal.
Oh, yeah, that was something, wasn't it? Yeah, between the legs.
Pretty amazing.
It's crazy. I can't believe he actually scored on that one. And it's like, yeah, he was kind of rubbing it in a little bit, which is like a big complaint, out there.
Yeah.
That was a big complaint in the NHL community right there. Hockey community, whatever you want to call it. I'm really surprised he was able to pull that off, quite frankly. But, hey, I mean, shoot, he's really off to a good start.
Oh, it was his fourth goal, It's like not like it was his third one or whatever, like he was messing around,
Mm-hmm. It was, he was just playing that well, wasn't he?
Yep.
He was playing that well, and I guess he saw it as he wanted to fool the goalie, and he did. Hopefully that's probably about what excuse he'd come up with. Like, I'm not trying to show off, I'm trying to fool the goalie, into where the puck's going.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If you can take that shot and you score 90% of the time in practice and whatever, I'm sure you got to be pretty confident to go for that shot again.
Oh yeah, it could be. That might be the perfect one for a shootout, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Because a shootout's when you want to get a little wacky like that, as long as you don't run out of space, because you can't turn around and try again.
Yep.
Because once you kind of run out of space, you're done. You just go forward, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Good old times right there. Old time hockey. No, I'm kidding. Shootout is everything but old time, unfortunately. Stupid shootouts. I'm just bitter. Huh?
I hate it.
Yeah, I do hate it with a passion. I was gonna basically say I'm just bitter because we always lose them, but no, I hate the shootout. It's cheap either way. It's like you feel like we stole that win. We don't deserve it when we win, and then when you lose, you're like, man, that was BS. So it's like either way, you kind of leave it feeling queasy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's not easy being queasy. No. No. But with that, yeah, I mean, cool final thought there. I'm glad you're able to sneak that one in here. That was good. Yes, sir. Did you have fun?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this is a lot of fun. Really happy to have you back. Hopefully we can try to make this a weekly deal if possible.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah,
not
awesome.
to the cabin anymore.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yep. Maybe we can try Saturday night sometime too, or even something like that. Like whatever works.
We got hunting coming up in about 3 weeks.
Oh, okay. So we'll try to monitor, work around things, and see where things go. And if I have to be solo, that's okay. That's just how it goes. Like if you're not around, but hopefully
make it like what we're doing now, like Sunday games or Sunday night.
Yeah, if we can still do this, then that's great. That's perfect. That's why I kind of try to set aside this time for Brave the Wild. So.
Yep.
Very cool. Thank you again. Very happy to have you back, and hopefully many, many more to come.
Yep, no problem, buddy. Thanks for having me on. It's always great being able to do this with you, and I wouldn't have got any opportunity to do this before, so just thank you so much, and let's keep it going. Go wild.
Absolutely. Let's keep it going. And yeah, you're welcome. It's an absolute pleasure to have you on, and yeah, I'm really, really happy to have you. So I'm thanking you as well. Yeah, it's good to feed off each other, have some fun, talk some hockey, and hopefully provide an entertaining product for the listeners.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Oh, yes. Yes, and then the numbers have been up. So thank you, everybody out there that have been listening. Do tell a friend. Do give us a positive rating on iTunes. Maybe say some things about the show that you like as well, if possible. Don't forget the Facebook and Twitter accounts. Like and or follow Brave the Wild on Facebook and Twitter. So with that, we are going to sign off for tonight. Take care, and we'll be back soon.